Welcome to SynerJEE online classes. Today we'll discuss what are the physical chemistry questions given in the September 2nd evening paper, that means shift 2 paper in the online JEE Mains 2020. See, in physical chemistry, the most important thing is the understanding the basics, proper basics, whatever topics given in the NCERT textbook, and understand how to apply, when to apply and when not to apply. So if you have this much understanding, then there is no need to read other textbooks. If you have proper understanding of this, then apply these concepts on the problems on your own. That is more important, not reading the solutions. If you read the solutions, no matter how many hundreds of solutions if you read, you will not get improved. So understand the concepts and try to attempt the problem and get to the answer on your own. Okay, make a couple of wrong moves also. It will help. So fail. If you fail to approaching right answer, then no problem. Understand why you have failed and again correct yourself. This is more important in improving yourself. Okay, in this manner, if you improve, then because the concepts in physical chemistry are limited, so if you understand them properly, then it will also give you a very good marks ultimately in the exams. Now see, in this paper, if you see this first question, 2a plus b gives c. Following experimental data are collected. This is a chemical kinetics question. Now there are 5 experiments are conducted and A, B data is there, and rate of the reaction data is also experimentally collected. Now see, we know that rate equation, if you write rate equation, R is equal to K into A power A and B power B. These are not stoichiometric coefficients. Remember that. This may not be equal, this may be equal to stoichiometric coefficients or may not be equal also. Okay, this powers, whatever powers are there or orders are there, this is called orders of reactants. This can be found out only through experiments. They may be equal to stoichiometric coefficients or they may not. So that's why I have taken A and B, not 2 and 1. So now after that, once you have to after noting down like this, we have to identify A and B values using this tabulated data. So let's take experiment 1. In experiment 1, what is given? A is equal to 0.1, B is equal to 0.1. If I apply this, R1 is equal to K into 0.1 power A and 0.1 power B. So, and R1 value is what? 6 into 10 power minus 3 is the R1 value given. This is one equation. Now similarly write for the other experiments also. Experiment 2. So R2 is what here? 1.2 into 10 power minus 2 is equal to K into 0.2 power A and 0.1 power B. Similarly write for experiment 3. 2.4 into 10 power minus 2 is equal to K into 0.1 power A, 0.2 power B. Okay. Now let's use this data to find A and B values. Let's take a second experiment divided by the first experiment. Second equation, whatever we have written, and first equation, second and third. Let's use these equations and take the second equation and first equation and divide them. Then what you will get? 1.2 into 10 power minus 2 divided by 6 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to K into 0.2 power A, 0.1 power B and 0.1 power A and 0.1 power B. Now this cancels out. Then if you simplify, you will get here A as 1 you will get. So this explains, because you are getting here 2 times it will get cancelled and 0.1 also cancelled 1 time. So here ultimately you will get 2 is equal to 2 power A, that means A is equal to 1. In order to get similarly B, take equation 3 and equation 1. You can take equation 3 and 2 also, it's up to you. So 3 divided by 1, if I take, what I am getting? See, 2.4 into 10 power minus 2 divided by 6 into 10 power minus 3 This is equal to k into 0.1 power a, 0.2 power b divided by k into 0.1 power a, 0.1 power b. So this cancels and you will get ultimately 4 is equal to 2 power b. So it says that b is equal to. Now we got a and b values. Now let's use these values to find x and y value. Now what I will take now, I'll take experiment 4 and experiment 3. Now for experiment 4, I can write equation as R4 is equal to k into x, what is given x we have to find out. So x and b is 0.2. So let's write that one. This is x power 1 because we found a value as 1. So let's use that. And b value as 0.2 given. So use that. And power we found out b value as 2. So use that power. So this is R4. Now R4 value is given as 7.2 into 10 power minus 2 in the table. Now experiment 3 equation, experiment 3 data is given, and we have already from experiment 3 we have written equation also here, corresponding equation, this equation. So now let's use these two equations, 3 and 4 equations. Four equation divided by 3 equation. So if you take that, then what you will get, 7.2 into 10 power minus 2, and third equation is 2.4 into 10 power minus 2 given, is equal to k into x power 1 into 0.2 square divided by k into, for equation 3, if you see what is the equation 3, 0.1 power a, 0.2 power b. So let's substitute that, 0.1 power a means 1, and 0.2 power b means here 2. So this, if you take this, anyway get cancels. Now in this whole equation only x is the unknown. If you solve for x, you will get 0.3. Now similarly, you can use the similar approach. Once you get 0.3 x, now use the 4 and 5 experiments, 4 and 5 equations, and get y value. So 5 by 4 if I take, now 5 by 4 means what, R5 by R4, which is 2.88 given in the problem, by 7.2 into 10 power minus 2. This is R4 value numerator, sorry, this is R5 value, and this is R4 value given in the tabulated, given in the table. So k into R4, R5, what is the a value? A value is given as 0.3 in the table, and b value y we have to find out. And for experiment 4, what is a value? Which just now we have found a value as 0.3, use that, and y value, b value, which is 0.2 and square. So in this whole equation, this anyway get cancels. In this whole equation now only y is the unknown. So if you solve for y, you will get y value as 0.4. So x value is 0.3, y value is 0.4. So whichever is matching, let's select this. 0.3 and 0.4. This is second option is matching. So this is the answer for this question. Okay. Yes, it is little time taking, but if you can, here in order to explain, I have written everything in detail so that to show cancelling, which terms are cancelling, etc. But in examination, in order to save time, you can directly do something in mind, and you can speed up the process. And through experience, definitely your speed will increase. In this question, number of subshells having n is equal to 4 and m is equal to minus 2 is asked. See, n represents shells, and whereas L represents subshells, and ml represents orbitals inside that subshells. Now, if n is equal to 4, L values ranges from 0 to n minus 1. So therefore, L values will be 0, 1, 2, 3. N minus 1 means 4 minus 1 is 3. So up to this point, L values will be ranging. And L is equal to 0, we call this one as s orbital. If L is equal to 1, we call this one P, D, F. That is the alphabetical notations given to these numbers. Now, ML, how many, what will exist here corresponding to L? Corresponding to L, it ranges from minus L value to plus L value. And in the case of L is equal to 0, there is no minus 0 and plus 0, so only 1 exists. In the case of L is equal to 1, there will be minus 1, 0, 1. There are 3 ML values or 3 orbitals exist in this subshell numbered 1 or subshell called P. Now similarly, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 like this exists, and minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Now they are asking that n is equal to 4 should be there and m value should be minus 2. Like that, how many subshells are existing? Okay. So here m is equal to minus 2 means where m is equal to minus 2 is there, this is m is equal to minus 2, this one, and where else this is also m is equal to minus 2. So m is equal to minus 2 is there in the D subshell as well as in F subshell. There are 2 subshells only exist, which are D and F subshells, which contains the m is equal to minus 2 and n is equal to 4. In this question, which statement is correct when adsorption of gas takes place on the metal surface? Adsorption of the gas, suppose if this is a solid is there. Now this solid is absorbing a gas molecules. So let's take gas molecules are G represented. Now what happens, actually inside solid, inside the bulk of the solid, the attractive forces are balanced on all directions. But whereas on the surface, the attractive forces are balanced in the left, right and bottom directions, but on the top directions it is not satisfied. So the gas molecules are attracted from the top direction into the solid surface. This not satisfied attractive forces on the surface molecules is called residual forces. Residual forces means the attractive forces not satisfied for the surface molecules. Of solid. Attractive forces not satisfied for the surface molecules of solid, because on the surface molecules there are no other molecules on the top of it to satisfy that attractive force. That is called residual forces. These are the forces responsible for bringing the gas molecules on the surface of the solid. In other words, responsible for the adsorption process. Now when the adsorption is happening, what happens on the solid surface? First actually a layer, gas layer will come and attach to the attractive forces operation. But when the more and more gas molecules are absorbing here, then the attractive force becomes weak. So attractive force, when it becomes weak during the process of adsorption, then what happens? Delta H. Delta H is the energy which is involved during this adsorption process. Now when adsorption is happening, since a bond is being formed between the a kind of weak interactions are present between the surface molecules and the gas molecules, energy will be released in the process of adsorption. That's why delta H of adsorption will be negative quantity. But this negative value, the magnitude of this value keeps decreasing with time, because the more and more gas molecules when they occupy on the surface of the solid, then the residual forces become lesser and less. Therefore, adsorption process also become weaker and weaker as time proceeds. Therefore, adsorption value, the negative value, the delta H value decreases as adsorption proceeds. Okay, the sign is negative only, but whatever magnitude is there, that magnitude value decreases as adsorption is proceeding. Since residual forces or attractive forces decreases, because more solid molecules are now getting satisfied with the gas molecules as they are occupying on the surface, so forces of attractions on the solid surface will be decreasing. That's why delta H is decreasing magnitude wise. Now answer these options. First one, delta H becomes less negative. Less negative means they are talking about the magnitude becoming lesser and lesser values. Sign is with negative sign only. Magnitude become less and less with the progress of reaction. Yes, this is right only statement. And with progress of reaction, the strength of residual forces increases. How it increases? Strength of residual forces decreases, na? So therefore, that's why it is a wrong statement. NH3 is adsorbed more than N2. Now NH3 and N2, among them, N2 does not have any dipole, and whereas NH3 has a dipole moment. So NH3 molecules are attracted strongly onto the solid surface because it has a dipole, and whereas N2 is a non-polar molecule because it has zero dipole moment. That's why its attraction forces on this N2 will be less. Therefore, NH3 is adsorbed more than N2. This is also right statement only. And equilibrium concentration of adsorbate increases with increase in temperature. Now, when you increase temperature, what happens? Now, a gas is there. It is occupying the solid surface and adsorbed. Now, delta H is negative. Now, as temperature increases, as according to Le-Chatelet's principle, as temperature increases for exothermic reaction, backward shift takes place. For endothermic reaction, forward shift takes place. So now use this point of Le-Chatelet's principle. Then since our adsorption process is exothermic, it moves in backward direction as temperature increases. Backward direction means what? Desorption takes place. Whatever gas absorbed, some amount of it will get dissolved or will leave the solid surface. So what they are saying here, equilibrium concentration of adsorbate. Adsorbate means here gas, the one which is getting adsorbed on the other substance, that is called adsorbate. Now this is called adsorbate, therefore gas, and whereas this one is called adsorbent. These are the technical terms which is there in your NCERT. These are all these terms. So now they are talking about this adsorbate gas concentration increases with increase in temperature. How it increases? When it moves in backward direction, the gas which is adsorbed on the solid decreases. Therefore, this statement is also wrong. Now, if you select the statements, right statements, A and C, these are the right statements. So this is the right option. If a mango shrinks when kept in concentrate salt solution, then which of the following process takes place? This question belongs to the liquid solutions, and in the NCERT textbooks they talked about this mango also, how osmosis works in mango, why actually mango is kept in salt solution while we make pickles, mango pickles, because the water inside the mango will get out of the mango when it is kept in the salt solution due to the process of osmosis. How it happens? Now see here, if mango is there and there's a water inside this mango. Now outside, if you put salt solution, let's call it C2, and inside the mango, let's call it solute will be C1. This C1 concentration definitely will be less than C2 concentration, because outside you have prepared a salt. That means you have taken enough solute and prepared the salt solution. So C2 will be greater than C1. Now when C1 is less than C2, and since pi is equal to CRT, osmotic pressure also will be less. And always remember, less osmotic pressure to more osmotic pressure, osmosis takes place. That is the direction of osmosis. So therefore, direction of osmosis is inside to outside. So water will go inside to outside, and mango will get ultimately shrinks. So this is called osmosis process. So option 3 is correct. In this question, heat of combustion of ethanol to give CO2 and water at constant pressure and 27 degrees centigrade is given. how much heat is evolved in combustion at constant volume. Now here remember, heat absorbed at constant pressure, that means QP, is nothing but delta H. Energy, heat energy at constant pressure is delta H, and heat energy at constant volume, that means QV, that is delta U. That means indirectly they have given this is delta H, indirectly they have given this, and they are asking what is delta U. So what is the relationship between delta H and delta U for a chemical reaction? The relationship is, we know that H is equal to U plus PV. That is the basic definition of enthalpy H. Now if you apply delta on both sides, you will get delta H is equal to delta U plus delta of PV. Now PV, if you write nRT for ideal gases, we have to assume ideal gases even if they don't mention in the problem. So you will get, since temperature is constant during the process of reaction, I can take R and T outside delta, then what is remaining is delta N. So now this delta N is, since this is applicable for the gases, since PV is equal to nRT, we are applying for the gases. Now ultimately you have to take here moles also, here delta N also, it is the moles of gaseous products minus moles of gaseous reactants. That is the process you have to apply. Now, so let's substitute these values. Delta H is given minus 327 kilocalories. So let's substitute that value. Minus 327 kilocalories is equal to delta U plus RT. R is equal to, in terms of calories, if you enter, that will be 2 calories, but that is a calories. Now when you multiply with 10 power minus 3, you will get in kilocalories. Now this total one is in kilocalories. Why I multiply with 10 power minus 3 to convert into kilocalories? Because one side kilocalories is there. So you have to use the kilocalories unit only. Then only you can add them. Otherwise you cannot add them in any equations, or add or subtract in any equations. So this multiplied by temperature is 27 degrees centigrade given in the problem. So you have to substitute in Kelvin, which is 300 Kelvin, multiplied by delta N. Delta N means moles of gaseous products minus moles of gaseous reactants. So what you have to substitute here, in order to substitute, first we will write the equation. So what is the equation? They are saying ethanol. Ethanol formula we know. What is the formula of ethanol? C2H5OH plus now O2. If you heat it, you will get CO2 and water. Now reaction is happening at 27 degrees centigrade. So at that temperature this is a liquid, and ethanol is also liquid. Methanol, ethanol, or these are liquid states. Because of the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, they are not existing as gases, they are existing as liquids at room temperature or 27 degrees centigrade. Now see, if you balance these equations, O2 and CO2 are gases, and then balance these equations, there are 2 carbon dioxides and 3 and 3. Now in this equation, if you take delta N means only gaseous products and gaseous reactants you have to take. So right side is a liquid, so we don't require, and there are 2 carbon dioxide minus, there are 3 oxygen, so this will be minus 1. So you have to substitute here, in the place of this one, minus 1 you have to substitute, and then you solve this equation. When you solve this equation, you will get delta U as 326.4 kilocalories you will get. So 326.4 kilocalories means, can I say 326,400 calories. So this will be the answer for the given question, because they are asking the answer in terms of the calories. So we also have to get answer in terms of calories. And one more thing here, actually in the official answer key which is released by NTA, answer is given as minus 326,400 calories. But actually answer is plus 326,400. Why? Because in the question it is mentioned that how much heat is evolved. since they are asking already how much heat is evolved, then we should not put minus sign before that. We should tell the 326400 calories is evolved. Suppose if they ask what is the heat of combustion, at constant volume, if they ask you, then you have to represent in terms of actual sign. So minus sign also you have to represent in that case. But here in this question, already they are asking what is heat evolved, not heat of combustion they are asking. Therefore, answer is this only. So you can object the answer and you can challenge the official answer key for this problem. In this question, 2 Cu plus gives Cu plus Cu plus 2 is given and ln k is given, and they are asking what is the equilibrium. Find ln k, find y value. It is not mentioned properly. Actually, find y value we have to find. And ln k is given as y into 10 power minus 1. So how to find y? Now look here. First look at this data. I am writing this equation. Cu plus electron gives Cu and E naught value is 0.52 volts. Now second equation, I will invert this equation. Cu plus 1 gives Cu plus 2 plus electron and E naught values. Since I have inverted the equation, E naught will become this. Now why I have inverted this equation? Because when I add these equations by inverting, then I will get the required equation. This is the desired equation. For this equation only, the y value we have to find in the ln k equation. Therefore, to get this desired equation, I have manipulated these given equations, and second one I have inverted and I have added them. Now, when I have added E naughts also you can add. So remember, whenever redox reactions you are taking, reduction and oxidation, both things are happening, and you are adding and electrons are getting cancelled out ultimately, then you can directly add or subtract the E naught values. Suppose in the net equation, by adding two equations or subtracting two equations, if electrons are not cancelling out, then you cannot directly add or subtract the E naught values. You have to go for the delta G formula to derive. Anyway, those kind of things in JEE Advanced will be helpful. Now here, you can directly add these two values. When you add these two, you will get 0.36 volts. Now, using this, write the E naught equation. Now we know that E naught of cell, according to the next equation, E naught of cell can be written as RT by NF into ln k. Now here in the question they have given RT by F is 0.025. So whenever they give something in the question, you have to, it is mandatory for you to use that. So 0.025 into 1 by n into ln k is equal to E naught of cell. Now E naught of cell is how much? 0.36. So 0.36 1 by n. N is the number of electrons involved in this redox reaction. How many electrons are involved? So if you see here, the electrons which is getting cancelled out when you are adding them, that is the number of electrons, which is 1 in ln k. Now if you simplify this one equation, you can write ln k is equal to, if you take 0.025 to the other side, you will get 14.4, which can be written as 144 into 10 power minus 1. So this is what our y. Therefore, y value is 144. This is the answer. Actually, that is what they are being asked. What is y? So which is 144. In this question, a saturated acyclic compound is there. That means it is not a cyclic, and it does not have any double bonds also. They are saying saturated, and the mass ratio of CH/CO is given, and the number of moles of O2 required with the 2 moles they are asking. Now let's find the molecular formula. Now carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon is to hydrogen ratio 4:1. Okay, this is the ratio, 4:1. Next, hydrogen and carbon and oxygen ratio is given as 3:4. If carbon is to oxygen ratio is given as 3:4, then here I have taken carbon as 4. So suppose if I multiply both sides with the 4/3, multiply with 4 by 3, this ratio, then what I will get? 4 by 3 into 3, 4 by 3 into 4. So you will get, ratio will become now 4 is to 16 by 3. Why I have done this? Because I need to find the oxygen ratio here, oxygen value here, when carbon is 4. Here what they have given is when carbon is 3, oxygen is given 4. But I want when carbon is 4 number units, then what will be the oxygen value? That's why I have multiplied like this to get this. Now 4 is to 16.3. That means when carbon is 4, then the oxygen value will be 16 by 3. Now after that, in the table, see, this is the process to calculate the empirical formula, and after that to get them and to get the molecular formula. It is there in the stoichiometry chapter, mole concept in your 11th class textbook. The procedure is there, you can go through it. Now ratio divided by the atomic weight. So if you take 4 by atomic weight 12 and 1 by 1 and 16 by 3, atomic weight of oxygen is 16. So you will get 1 by 3, 1 and 1 by 3. So if you take the simple ratio, simple whole number ratio, then you will get this one as 1, 3, 1. Here 1 by 3, 1 by 3 is then, if you multiply with 3, then this ratio becomes simple whole number ratio 1, 3, 1. So empirical formula will be C1H3O1. This is the empirical formula. Now they are saying, obviously one carbon it is not possible to have a one carbon and like this compound. Okay, we know that in organic chemistry. Therefore, let's see how what molecular formulas are possible. So possible molecular formulas. So if I multiply with 2, so what I will get? C2H6O2. And if I multiply with 3, I'll get C3H9O3. So like that you will get different formulas. Okay, let's see whether they satisfy. Like this, you can put 4, you can multiply with 5, 6 like that. But let's go into further. Don't go into further, and let's check first this, what happens. And they are saying saturated and acyclic. Okay, so now see, if it is a C2H6O2 and degree of unsaturation, let's calculate it and see. Degree of unsaturation formula is 2 into number of carbons plus 2 minus number of hydrogens, and there is no oxygen term in the formula of degree of unsaturation. So therefore, that will be automatically taken care. You should not put that oxygen number here. Now therefore, in first case, if I calculate, degree of unsaturation value is what? Here 2 carbons and 6 hydrogens are there. So 2 into 2 plus 2 minus number of hydrogens divided by 2. So this will be 0. That means there is no unsaturation. It is saturated compound. And let's apply for this second case. In second case, if you calculate degree of unsaturation, what you will get? 2 into 3, that is 2 into number of carbons, and plus 2, and you have to subtract the number of hydrogens divided by 2. So this will be a negative, which is not possible only, first of all. Now let's look at this one. 2 into 4 plus 2 minus 12 divided by 2. So here also, this is also a negative quantity. So it is also not possible. So like that, what we are getting is from 4 onwards, from 5, 6, if you see like this, all become negatives, which is not possible. So with the given empirical formula, there is only one compound possible, which is saturated, and all others are not possible only, first of all. Okay. So the compound is therefore C2H6O2. Now once you know the compound, what they are saying? They are saying now this compound is reacting with the O2 to give CO2 and water. Now how much moles it is reacting? So let's write the equation with O2. So now let's take the molecule. This is the saturated molecule we found. This is the molecular formula, and reacting with O2, it forms CO2 and H2O. Now balance the carbons and then hydrogens and then oxygens. Now this is the combustion process of this compound. Now here it shows that 1 mole requires 5/2 moles. According to the balanced equation, 1 mole require, because 1:5 na ratio, 5/2 is a ratio. So 1 mole require 5/2. But they have taken how many moles? They have taken 2 moles of compound is taken. Therefore, let's take 2 moles of compound. It requires how many moles of oxygen? How many? If 1 mole require 5/2, 2 moles require 5/2 into 2, that is 5 moles. So 5 moles of O2 required for complete reaction. So answer is 5. A metal having work function 4.41 into this is subjected to a light having wavelength this. Then maximum kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectron is. See, we know that Einstein's equation in case of photoelectric effect, which is hc by lambda is equal to work function plus kinetic energy of the electron. So they are asking what is the kinetic energy of the electron or maximum kinetic energy of the emitted photoelectron. Work function is given and lambda is also given. So substitute that h value is also given in the question. Speed of light is also given by lambda. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 power minus 9 meters. So substitute that in SI units. So is equal to work function value 4.41 into 10 power minus 19. This is the work function plus kinetic energy. Now, if you simplify this, you will get here 100 times. So, and this total will become 10 power minus 7. This 10 power minus 27. 10 power minus 27 and 10 power 8. 10 power minus 19 will become. And this you can, this you can easily take out common. And therefore, you can write 6.63 minus 4.41 is equal to kinetic energy. So from this you will get kinetic energy as 2.22 into 10 power minus 19. Now what they are saying, kinetic energy is given in terms of 10 power minus 21. So let's convert into 10 power minus 21. So if it converts into 10 power minus 21, this can be written as 10 power minus 2 into 10 power minus 19. So answer is, this is the answer, because they are asking us to calculate what is the value before the 10 power minus 21. Okay, this is 222 value. In this question, they are asking what is the oxidation states. Let the oxidation states of transition elements are in this compounds. Transition element is chromium, manganese, iron. For these elements are X, Y, Z respectively, and what is the summation. So let's take the K2Cr2O7. Potassium is +1. So let's take it as X for chromium, and oxygen is -2. So sum of oxidation numbers of all the elements must be the charge of the species. Here all are neutral compounds, so charge is 0. So summation must be equal to 0. So 2 into X plus 7 into -2 is equal to 0. So from this X you will get as 6. Similarly for KMnO4, if you apply K potassium +1, oxygen -2, this is Y. So again you apply it. So 1 into +1 plus Y plus 1 manganese is there into Y plus 4 oxygens are there, each one has -2, total charge is 0. KMnO4 is a neutral species, therefore from this you will get Y as 7. The third compound is K2FeO4. So let's take that. This is the first one, second one, third one. So here potassium +1, oxygen -2, iron take Z. So 2 into +1 plus 1 into Z plus 4 into -2 is equal to 0. You will get Z as 6 plus 6. So now if you add X plus Y plus Z, you will get 6 plus 7 plus 6, which is 19. So answer for this is 19. I hope you have understood all these questions, how to solve. Okay. So I have explained in detail so that you will come to know what is the method to solve, how to approach to the problem. Okay. Some of you may be knowing the concepts already better than me also, but see the approach, how I am approaching step by step, that is more important. Okay. If any doubts are there in that approach, it will get clarified. That's why I have gone to detailed approach. Dear students, if you really understood the concept and if you think you really benefited from this video, then please subscribe, like and share this video. Dear students, if you want to take full benefit of these classes, please join our interactive live online classes. Thank you.